You may be breathing a sigh of relief now that harvest season is all wrapped up. But the holidays are right around the corner, and that's a whole new level of stress and chaos that will be coming to your days. So we hope that our New Ground News Recap will be a good way for you to stay caught up on everything that's happening in the world of agriculture, and that it will fit in nicely to your busy lifestyle. So first I'm going to start by saying it is rare when we can see that RCAF, the Cattlemen's Association, and NCBA all agree on a topic. But that's exactly what's happening with a new bill that has been introduced to the Senate. The new bipartisan legislation is aimed at suspending beef imports from Paraguay and comes on the heels of the USDA's publication of a final rule that will allow the importation of fresh beef from that South American country. Beef from there was initially restricted over concerns about foot and mouth disease and other animal pathogens. The USDA said it conducted a risk assessment and concluded that the products from Paraguay are safe under certain circumstances. According to the latest Ag Barometer, farmer sentiment appears to be on the rise for the second month in a row. A quote from James Minter, the Barometer's principal investigator who's associated with Purdue University, says, "Farmers' expectations regarding financial performance have improved, with fewer producers expecting worse performance than a year ago." When asked, farmers noted that high input costs are still a top concern, along with lower commodity prices and higher interest rates in general. Colorado is racing to meet a year-end deadline to reintroduce gray wolves, a species that was eradicated from the state back in the 1940s. But for ranchers, they're very concerned of what this will mean for them. Colorado's wolf reintroduction plan was finalized in May of this year. It included the release of 10 to 15 wolves each year for at least 5 years, with the eventual goal of creating a self-sustaining pack totaling upwards of 200 animals. While wolves outside of the Northern Rockies are protected under the Endangered Species Act, they will be labeled an experimental population in Colorado. And that means that wolves will be managed in the event of livestock depredation. What's different today compared with 80 years ago when the wolves were eradicated? Colorado is now 6 times bigger than it was back then. That means some areas that used to be very rural are now very crowded. Thank you for joining me for this episode of New Ground. I hope that you and your families have a wonderful holiday season. Stay warm and stay safe out there.